Hi everybody, welcome to Live with Children here in Manchester at ELRIG's Flow Cytometry and Imaging 2021. It's day 2 and I'm delighted to be joined by my good friend Meb Survey, who actually has been a long time LinkedIn connection, but I actually met him for the first time yesterday in person. So Meb, assalamu alaikum, how are you, my friend?
Wa alaikum salam wa rahmatullah. Yeah, fantastic to meet you after such a long time meeting you online. So
it's great to meet you and it's great to see you. So Meb, I know you're here at the event and you've been listening into a lot of the talks over the last couple of days.
Yeah.
It'd be great to get your feedback on what some of the highlights have been for you in terms of conversations and talks at the conference. And also I can see you've got a poster behind you which you've been presenting on over the last couple of days.
Okay.
So it'd be great to get an overview of the poster. But before we do that, for those who are not familiar with yourself and Swift Analytical, can you give people a quick overview of the business?
Sure, yeah. Well, Swift Analytical is a 10-year-old company. We're family owned. We're a small company that focused primarily on business development in the early days. And when COVID hit, we had to make a decision as to which way we wanted to progress. So we had the opportunity to move into product distribution, which has always been our key strength. So we've taken on a number of products focusing around 3D bioprinting, 3D spheroid analysis, and single cell technologies. So those are our three main disciplines that we're involved in.
Fantastic. Well, 3D printing is actually becoming a bigger
It
area,
is.
isn't
It is. It is, yeah. And what we're focusing on is actually high resolution, high resolution bioprinting. So what you're able to do is lay down individual cells and create tissues which mimic the tissue structures much more realistically compared to conventional bioprinting systems. So rather than using scaffolds to build your 3D structure, we're actually building tissues layer by layer.
Well, that may be a conversation for another time, actually.
I believe so.
So let's talk about this week's event, though.
Yeah.
I know you've been sitting in on all the sessions, so any sessions particularly stood out for you or anything you found particularly interesting this week?
I really enjoyed the session today from the University of Newcastle, and I was delighted to see the applications of imaging to animal, macaque and human models, and how they can be potentially applied to human therapies as well. So that's really fascinating, and it's great to see the tools that are available to a range of scientists, looking at small tissue samples to more complex structures. And it's quite interesting to see how all of these data can be collected, and it's hopefully going to improve the understanding of disease therapies and human health.
Fantastic. Now you've got a poster behind you, so you've been presenting this poster this week, so can you tell us a bit more about it? Yeah,
sure. So what so one of the areas that I mentioned to you earlier on was we're working with a company called Cell Dynamics. Cell Dynamics have got a biophysical device which we are launching here today. We've actually been demonstrating it last week, and the reception for this technology has been incredible. So basically what this device does is it allows you to quantify the size, weight and mass density of 3D tumor spheroids. Now a lot of the work that's being done in labs is focused around 2D work, but with 2D analysis you're only seeing one part of the entire image. But with the physical cytometer, which we are showing here, you can actually get a much more in-depth measure of the physical characteristics of spheroids. So for example, if you're developing a cancer treatment or a drug treatment, what this allows you to do is to basically compare against controlled models versus those that have been treated. And the differences that you can monitor are much more quantifiable, and they can give you a measure of how effective the treatment's going to be.
Right, so what are some of the figures and the visuals that are on the poster?
Okay, so if we look here, this is basically the physical cytometer, and the device basically consists of it's fully integrated, software controlled. We have our sample tube which contains between 20 and 100 spheroids, and these spheroids are taken up into chip which enables you to then monitor the particles. So when it enters the measurement chip, there's two cameras which are monitoring the physical size of it. So there's a quality control process that's taking place as it reaches the measurement zone. When it reaches the measurement zone, the flow is switched off, and the amount of the time that it takes for it to drop within the measurement region gives you a measure of the physical size. So the equation that's being used is a Stokes equation, which approximates to the radius of spheroid material, and the speed with which it drops will also give you a measure of the density. So these are the parameters that we are looking for.
Right.
So what we're also showing here is the data for 3D spheroids. As well as being able to measure these parameters, what we can do is we can do sorting. So if you wanted to only collect spheroids of the range 200 to 300 microns, for example, it's got a sorting mechanism within the technology. So here we've got early stage data which shows you the measures for mass density, weight and diameter. And then what we can also do, once we've collected the spheroids downstream, you can reintroduce them into the tool multiple times. So the longer it's within the instrument, the more uniform the spheroid structures are, and therefore it shows whatever treatment that you have, it's going to be non-destructive. It's not going to affect the performance of the spheroid.
Brilliant. Well, thanks for going through that, Mabs. There you go, viewers. So if you'd like to know more, where can you get more information, Mabs?
Yeah, please look at our website. It's www.swiftanalytical.com. We're always happy to speak to anyone who's interested in any of the technologies that we've mentioned.
Brilliant. Well, there you go, viewers. If you'd like to know more, you can look at the website that Mabs has said. It will be above the video, so you can click on the link. You can also get in touch with Mabs on LinkedIn. He's very, very active on that as well. So all I have to say is, Mabs, it's lovely to see you, my friends. Lovely to meet you for the first time.
And you as well. It's been an absolute pleasure.
You have a safe journey home. Inshallah, everything will go well.
And you as well.
Viewers, thank you for watching. Hope you found that useful. As always, check out future interviews I've got with chats with children and live with children at various events. And until next time, as always, stay well and stay safe. Bye-bye.
Okay.